we continue with the broadcast tonight. In a related story, former members of parliament who served between the 1st of July 1984 and the 1st of January 2001 have petitioned parliament to fast-track the passage of a bill that will entitle them to a monthly pension of 100,000 shillings. Former Alego Songa, member of parliament and secretary of the former Parliamentarians Association of Kenya, Otieno Mark Onyango, told the National Assembly Committee on Finance that former MPs were living in deplorable and pathetic conditions and that many could not even afford transport to come to Nairobi to attend the public hearings on the bill pushing for their right to a decent pension. Here now is our senior parliamentary reporter, Patrick Amimo, with more on that story.
My name is Edith Nyenze, MP.
Minority Leader John Mbadi has proposed changes to the Parliamentary Pensions Bill to implement recommendations of the Kiumi Tribunal, which in November 2009 recommended that 500 former members of Parliament be paid an equivalent of $1,000 each monthly as living pension with effect from 1st July 2010.
I was in Parliament when parliamentary...
7 of the former MPs presented their views before the National Assembly Committee on Finance. Mbadi says the changes are justified in light of the fact that, despite serving the nation, some former MPs are languishing in poverty and there is need to take care of their welfare.
But unfortunately, the multitude could not come here because most of them cannot afford transport to come to Nairobi on a matter that touches on them so deeply.
The said Coker Tribunal, appointed in 1999 to look into the terms and conditions of service of former MPs, established that they were living in deplorable conditions. The Coker Tribunal recommended that former MPs who served from 1963 to 1983 be paid ex gratia of 1 million shillings each. Former MPs who served from 1984, following the enactment of the Parliamentary Pensions Act, were to benefit from the enhanced pension by way of an anticipated amendment to the Act. Though the Kiumi Tribunal enhanced salaries and improved terms and conditions of service for MPs, recommendations touching on former MPs were never implemented. Mbadi now wants the recommendations implemented where former MPs were to earn a monthly pension of 100,000 shillings. The number of former MPs set to benefit has dropped from a high of 500 to a low of about 100 due to deaths. The living share their plight.
I'm not getting any pension, despite the fact that I served 2 terms. You can imagine I served in 1988, 92, and then 79, 83.
I was an academic. I used to be at the university. But the conditions of politics then, after you leave parliament, you are unemployable. Now, somebody who had been teaching at the university, I've never been back until, things changed. On this pension of 7,000 that I get, and in Webia people still think I'm a member of parliament. The truth of the matter, the condition of a member of parliament in Kenya is not like the condition of a member of parliament. For example, in UK, you remain a first of the honorable members. And chair, get 2 people from my constituency. One is a former DC and I'm a former member of parliament. The constituent will fall on my coat. Mheshimiwa tafadhali nipewe kitu kidogo. He does not even know that I don't have the economic strength to do it.
But otherwise, you'll never be employed. I'm now 17 years outside parliament. I tell you, it's horrible, it's terrible. You cannot do any business because always people will come where you are and say, Mheshimiwa. So I think I really plead to you, Chair, and the team.
This 100,000 is as per Commonwealth recommendation. That's why this thing came into effect, because of the Commonwealth recommendation.
Retired this and that, sit there with their savings and continue with their lives as usual. To go to parliament, you'll have to spend virtually every cent you have campaigning to get to parliament. Mr. Chairman, you get to parliament, the salary you earn is never your salary. It is the people's salary. So in the end is that you can never save a cent.
The Mbadi bill is at the public hearing stage. The Finance Committee will later table its report to the House to trigger debate in plenary.
And the House then will determine the fate of this, and then the president, of course. And you are a politician, so you should never stop campaigning.
Patrick Amimo, KTN News.